going wide open, hoping for a little taste of that unknowing. Living in a fast car, living in a fast car days.
All right, welcome back to another edition of Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers. My name is Chad Bearden. I am a country music artist, content creator, and NASCAR superfan, joined as always by my illustrious and race-winning co-host. Please allow me to introduce them to you. He's the only man in the NASCAR garage who can navigate a celebrity tantrum, hunt down the missing pit passes, and still emerge smelling like Tom Ford and pure dominance. He didn't leave Sony Mobile ES. He retired coolness itself. He passed up a lifetime supply of champagne and sun-kissed leisure in Monaco to wrestle the chaos of pit road, and organize the guest list like it's the Met Gala on wheels. His hair, insured. His scent, unmistakable. His presence, a walking Rolex commercial. Some say he once moonwalked through tech inspection. Others say his sunglasses hold diplomatic clearance. Call him the maestro of motorsports mayhem. Call him the godfather of garage glamour. But most importantly, call him Rick Kojan.
What's up? Thank y'all. And one of your nicknames is stuck, and it is the Follicle Phenom, which I think was one of your previous intros. So thanks a lot for dubbing me with that. What's up?
I like that.
New hashtag for you, Ricky.
He doesn't know what a hashtag is.
He's gonna learn.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to play along. Don't get on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, and whoever is still using Internet Explorer, brace yourself. He's not just the fastest man to ever come out of Wake Forest. He's the only guy who's ever been red flagged for being too damn sexy. This man ran a sub 10-second 100-meter dash, blew a tire mid-sprint, kept going, and still made it to the hauler before the engine warmed up. He was slinging rubber at Stewart Hot Racing like a pit road porn star, jacked, sweaty, and tightening lugs like he was getting paid in phone numbers. Now, he's Hendrick's IT technician, which means he's handling more curves, cables, and crash reports than a race director after a Talladega pileup. He's hotter than a Texas restart, smoother than a Jack Daniels pit stop, and he's got more bandwidth than your search history can handle. If looks could kill, the garage would be a crime scene, and NASCAR would be rated NC-17. He brings color, culture, and absolute chaos to this mayonnaise-flavored sport, and he's the reason your screen is steaming up and your mic is mysteriously muted. Lock your phones, hide your routers, and throw a blanket over your girlfriend. It's NASCAR's finest specimen, Chris frickin' Justice.
Well, I must say, it gets good. It gets good. And welcome, man. Welcome back. I appreciate it, boys.
Look at that $1 million smile.
Damn. Look at that.
Well, how does that happen?
Well, you know.
I don't know, man.
Well,
I like that, man.
Looks we got a good one tonight. We got a good one. We got a special guest.
Yeah, you got to run on the good looks title here today. We got a special guest in the house. Please allow me to introduce him to you. Today's guest is a man who wears more hats than a table of Vineyard Vine influencers at a Kentucky Derby brunch. He's the voice of the ARCA Menards series, a CBS Sports anchor covering everything from college football to March Madness, and a country music artist whose voice is smoother than a Dale Jr. victory lap. He shared stages with national recording artists, held court on some of the biggest sports broadcasts in the country, and still has time to write a song to make you miss an ex you never even had. He's been featured on SEC football, Big Ten basketball, and even did Olympic coverage because why not? Oh, and before all that, he was a D1 cross-country runner at Kansas State, terrorizing the Midwest in the shortest shorts legal in NCAA. Legend has it, he ran a 5K, called a football game, and played an acoustic set all before treating a cheerleader to lunch. And yes, he's single, sharp, and statistically the best-dressed bachelor in pit lane. Hold your headphones because Brent frickin' Stover just showed up with a media credential, a guitar, and a six-pack of charisma.
Oh,
welcome,
my
welcome,
goodness.
welcome.
Wow. All
What's
right,
happening, buddy?
I know
That's
you
a
don't know
wrap.
what to say after those, do you?
It's not going to get any better in terms of what I'm going to provide. So let's just call it a show. That was as good as it's going to get for me. Thank you. Wow,
I
Chad.
love that.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy. Thanks for being here. So you are in at home in New York,
Hmm.
right?
Yes, sir. In my that's I
City.
got my kitchen sink and my coffee maker and my cabinets. The kitchen doubles as the living room, and the bedroom's right here.
City. Just to be
classic
clear,
city
Chad,
living,
right?
right?
City. Not New
Yes.
York, as in could be upstate. How many square feet you got there, Brent?
600.
Excellent.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Okay. Okay.
Lock the iPhone.
Who was
He's
that?
locked in. He's locked in. Security first.
600 square. Come on.
Well, we
600
know
square.
we
the
know
same
that wasn't
size.
Chris because he's on the Android.
By the way, it's the same size as Chad's little studio there that he's got. Basically, if I live, Chad, just look around the walls that you're in. That's basically what I live in.
Whatever. So Brent lives full-time in New York City. His big boy full-time job is he is the anchor for college football and college basketball for CBS Sports, right?
That's correct. Yeah, man. I'll get going here in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were watching college football, whatever your favorite football game is, and they throw it back to New York for halftime or the pregame or the postgame, Brent is the guy sitting in the middle of the desk holding it down while all the former college and pro football thugs around him make their analysis. And you're pretty much the ringleader of the circus.
That's by and large, there's it's about what I do. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's we get going in mid to late August. In fact, we got our big seminar tomorrow, and then next week we're going to do some preview shows for the football season, and then get locked and loaded and go all the way through the Final Four. So with college basketball, obviously November, December, it gets pretty busy with both sports going on. But yeah, moved to New York City about 11 years ago, and the rest is history. It's a fun gig. It's rewarding, and I get to do stuff like this, and you make me sound better than I actually am. So I appreciate it.
Whatever. I want to back up though, because the rest is not history. So like we talked about, you ran cross country at K-State.
Wildcat.
That's right.
You were a
Ran
D1
Yeah.
athlete there. And what did you study at K-State?
I studied journalism and mass communications. And
Mass
around the
comm,
motto.
baby. Shout out to the mass commers out there.
Are you a mass commer guy?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And what event? You ran the 100?
100, 4x1, 200. Yeah, I was a sprinter.
And you were a star. It sounds like those times under 10.
He was kind of fast.
He held the state record in
16
North
years?
Carolina.
16 years, yes.
So, yeah, 16, somewhere around in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That sub 10's a little stretch, but it sounded good, so we're gonna roll with it. But yeah, it was pretty good. Anything, your warm up was I was done for a week at your warm up, so I can't even relate to your world.
Yeah, it's a different deal. I mean, in track I ran the mile and the steeplechase. I ran 4:15 in the mile, which sounds blazing, but it's
Jesus.
actually
Sounds blazing. That is
Sounds blazing.
but you know the deal, like it's at the time, and it's only gotten better, but at the time I was at K-State, you couldn't even sniff the finals of the Big 12 conference meet with that time. You had to be able to have the ability to run 406, 407, 408. But I ran a couple of good steeplechases actually down in Fayetteville in 98 and then again in 99. And then cross country, I was solid but not spectacular. In all of it, I was had a solid career, but I certainly was not a star by any means.
Well, at 4:15, that's my 800-meter time. So I'm still only halfway, and you're over there taking deep breaths, drinking water.
That's right. No, I appreciate it. You know, it's a mutual respect back and forth between the sprinters. But you guys always thought we were kind of dorks anyway. You know, like you guys were the cool guys. The women love the sprinters.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And still do today, apparently, as we've highlighted.
Evidently.
So, what was your first venture into broadcasting?
I worked at the local station in Topeka, Kansas, the NBC affiliate, which was really small market, like 138 or something, one of the smallest markets. And I did that for like a year and a half. And it was an awesome experience looking back. But at the time, it's a grind in terms of you're out there shooting your own stuff, and you come back and edit everything, then you write, then you put your own makeup on and set up your own live shot, and then get in front of the camera and do it. So I'm glad I had that experience, but I'm also blessed that I didn't have to, grind away in the small market for very long because I ended up at Fox Sports Midwest in St. Louis about a year and a half after I started, and then kind of, grew from there.
Yeah, what was the progression for there? Because I know that you spent some time in Chicago as well, right?
Yeah, I was in St. Louis for a couple of years doing Fox Sports Midwest, covering the Cardinals, the Blues, University of Missouri, all the teams around there. And then, yeah, Fox Sports Pittsburgh, where I was there for about 4 years. And then the Big Ten Network in Chicago when it launched in around 2007. And then I joined CBS Sports in 2010, but I was still living in Chicago and kind of traveled around the country and was broadcasting games. Did a little bit of studio in New York. They'd just fly me in and out. And then in 2013, they asked me to move here full time and be predominantly a studio guy, hosting pre and posts and halftime shows and doing studio updates and stuff. So it's been like that. It's pretty much been my story for the last 11 years now.
Nice.
So, let's talk about all the sports that you have covered. Maybe it's a shorter list because just since I've known you, you've done college football, college basketball. You for a while worked for Amazon flying to every Asian country, I think, calling MMA fights, right?
Yeah, went to Singapore, Bangkok, Manila, Malaysia. Kind of did a year of that where every month I was flying out and calling not just MMA. That was I think the most challenging part was kickboxing, Muay Thai, submission grappling, which is hard to call. So that was interesting. Did World's Strongest Man as well for years. And then a lot of those were in Asia, China. Where else did we go? I don't know, kind of all over the world. Bradenton, Florida was one of the places. So that was really fun doing World's Strongest Man. Did that for several years.
You've also done for years the CrossFit Games, right?
Yeah, yeah. Madison, Wisconsin did the CrossFit Fit Games. I think 3 or 4 seasons of that every July in Madison, which was really cool. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm doing the Indoor Football League Championship in a couple of weeks on CBS Sports Network. So I used to do a lot of arena football before the pandemic and been trying to kind of get back in. So I'm calling the Indoor Football League Championship in Tucson in 3 weeks. So that'll be fun.
And now you've also made your way into the NASCAR world.
Yeah, started 3 seasons ago. I guess 2 seasons ago. I did 3 ARCA races, and then I did 3 again last season, and this year got jumped up to do 9 of them, and get to work predominantly with Phil Parsons, who's awesome. Had a great career, and he's been doing TV now for 25 years, which is hard to believe. And he's one of the best in the business, and he's an even better guy. And I've learned a lot calling races with him, and I'm kind of in a stretch where I'm doing 5 in a row before the start of college football, and did Austin Dillon was with us last week doing the race before he flew to Iowa. We do some of these, in the studio in the NASCAR production facility in Charlotte. Trevor Bain the week before. We've had Carson Hocevar with us at the track. I think that was at Kansas, and then I got Watkins Glen this week, and then my final race will be the following Sunday in Springfield, Illinois, and we're going to actually be out there at the track for that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So it's been a really fun summer.
Wow, you stay busy. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of production meetings and keeping up with it. So let's take it back a little bit before we talked about the college deal and all that. What from the college days of the balance of class sports relationships that you had to maintain, how did that transfer over to your broadcasting career and your commentating? Like just having that balance of, you create some good habits that kind of transferred over that keeps you going and kind of in line?
Yeah, it's actually a great question. And I do have, overall the career I've been really blessed to be able to do what I've done and to get to be a part of a lot of cool stuff. I would say I focused really hard on doing the student radio and student newspaper. And, at the time I was the sports director at the campus radio station for most of my career, really there. And, I'd have the opportunity to call football games when we weren't at a cross country meet, men's basketball, women's volleyball. Had a chance to kind of do so much, just hands on, and to the detriment, probably, I think, of my social life a little bit. I wish I would have, had a little bit more fun. But between all the stuff that I did with, student radio, and as you know, it's cross country in the fall, indoor track in the winter, outdoor track in the spring. Like, I don't know, probably to the detriment of my social life, and definitely to the detriment um, of my running career, quite frankly, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, how to put out fires and stuff. So I guess I kind of paid for it with a little bit with my athletic career, but as one of my friends told me recently, hey, 30 years down the road, like that kind of set the tone for the career you're getting to enjoy now. So things kind of all worked out, but I don't know that I balanced it that well. It's a long-winded way of saying that, but I certainly tried. And I do know I did put myself in a lot of positions with the sports media to get the best possible experiences.
That's cool. So you got yourself some exposure on the front end, and the hard work on the front end to, like you said, to enjoy it now on the backside of it.
Yeah, I think that's the way I should have said it. Exactly how you just did.
Oh yeah, that's badass. I like it. I like it.
Ricky, you got anything you want to ask right now?
I have a ton, but
Oh,
I
go
don't want
ahead.
to interrupt and slow
Yeah.
the roll. But yeah, just fun questions that come into my mind. You live in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
You have this long, decorated, accomplished wildcat career where you're running and you're clipping off 4-minute miles. Do you run today in New York City?
I do. I was on another podcast
Jesus.
last week. Yeah, I run like 3 times a day, believe it or not. The East River is right outside where I live, and so there's a path right along the river for a long ways. So that's usually where I run.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I thought I heard you say you ran 3 times today. I
Only
just asked
twice.
I just
only
asked you
twi-
if you run. You're running multiple times?
Yeah, at least
What?
twice, sometimes 3.
What are we
Sometimes that's-
doing?
But part of the thing is, Rick,
Let him. I'm ready. Come
here's
on.
the thing.
Come on, humiliate me. What do you got?
No, this is not. This is me kind of opening up, really being transparent with you.
Come
My
on.
old legs won't allow me to go do like one 8 to 9 mile run. Like I can't. And so I got to break it up. And so I'll do like a 3 miler in the morning, maybe a 3 miler late morning, and then 3 or 4 miles mid afternoon or late afternoon. So I try to get all the mileage in that I want to, but I got to break it up a little bit because
Listen, I'm not laughing at you. I am
Not at all.
marveling in what I'm listening to, where you live, how you stay committed to it. And I make excuses to get outside and even stumble through a 5K. So kudos to you.
But
Okay.
not just that, Rick. Let me tell you this. Every time I talk to this guy on the phone, I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I'm out for a walk." This guy goes out for more walks on top of his run. Now, granted, this guy is the king of when he goes for his walks. He loves a good ice cream on his walk. I will give him that. So he'll be eating ice cream while he's out for his walk, but he'll go run 3 times a day, and then he'll go for multiple walks on top of that.
Jesus.
In
We're
other
all
words,
listening.
In that
That's
city life though, like where he's at though, like you gotta walk, right? It's not like you're driving everywhere.
No, but he's not just commuting. Like he goes out for walks for exercise slash that's how he processes stuff.
I love to walk the city and I never get tired of it. And you can see new things every time. You got Central Park, you got Tribeca, Soho, West Village. You can go all the way to the bottom of the island. I love to just listen to podcasts like this one, Checkers, Wreckers, and What the Heckers.
Perfect.
I'm a dork and I have a lot of time on my hands. And so I'll just listen to podcasts, or I love listening to baseball games while I'm out walking
Yeah.
on radio.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of aging myself a little bit. Like, I'm from an era where sports on radio was, I'll listen to an Xfinity race. Like, sometimes I can't sit in front of the TV for the entire race. So I'll go out and listen to 100 laps, get out there for an hour and then come back and watch the finish.
Your daily calorie burn must be something to just be like inspiring to everybody. And since we're all dudes and there's no chick alert going on, when you step on that scale, what's it say? Because you look like you're in good shape.
I'm at 160 today.
Okay.
I haven't seen 160 since middle school.
Yeah, but you're jacked. Look at you. We all know muscle weighs more than fat. So,
Listen, I was
Man,
180.
he's being nice to us.
I was 180
Chris.
as a freshman in college. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen 160 in a long time.
I wore jeans in elementary school that said husky. And I asked my mom what husky meant.
Yeah.
I go, because people are calling me fat. She's like, no, you're husky.
You're big boned. You're big boned.
I mean, Chad's getting his mileage in, man. He's looking great. So I'm trying to keep up with him at this point.
I'm not doing anywhere close to the mileage that you're doing. I happily got my little 5K in last night, and I will do somewhere some similar. But
Chad this winter in the spring was at the studio and he witnessed it. All we do is eat. And so when I come out of the Final Four, like when I get home in early April from the Final Four, I'm like, honestly, I'm like 176. I'm like 15 or 16 pounds above what I am right now.
Dinner's out and stuff and everything you're doing when you're in town. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I just eat. Like, I have no willpower if the food's in front of me. And
that's like the trailers at the track with all the gravy.
Exactly it. When you have a little downtime, so your hand is just like
it all adds up at the end of the weekend.
Exactly. And we did the same thing. Like last week, we were at the production facility calling that race, and you're there all day watching practice, and and then you got like 3 hours off. In Chad saw, we got a huge buffet they put out. There's snacks everywhere. Like, I just have no willpower.
And he has people who just wait on him, especially his CBS job. That job. So for my 40th birthday this past year, I went to New York, which was a horrible time to go to New York. Mid-February. Oh my God, it was freezing. But I actually spent my 40th birthday in the studio with Brent, and this guy has a team. That's Mr. Stover. Do you need anything? Do you need a water, Mr. Stover? Do you need some snacks, Mr. Stover? He's
got handlers.
Oh,
he's like the drivers. He's like the drivers.
He's got hair and makeup. He's got all the things at the CBS job. But the NASCAR thing, when I was with you this past weekend at the NASCAR, that wasn't far off.
He's overselling me a little bit, but yeah, I do get treated. I'm very lucky to we get treated really well, obviously. So, but
you've earned it. You've earned it.
Have I?
Yeah, you've earned it. I mean, you've been in front of the mic that long. You've done what you've done. You have your award, your accolades, and the respect from the business. You've earned that right to say, hey.
Can you please, Chad, do I get one more?
You get all the ones you want.
No, I don't want to take up that much time, but I get questions. It's important to bring
it.
What do you got, Coco?
Ready, I got a story for you too when you're done. I got a story.
My second one is how it's a two-parter. What in the hell is Brent Stover of CBS Sports acclaim and various other accolades across everything you're involved in doing on our podcast? And B to that, and this one's very important, you guys have not talked about it because Chris and I believe this goes for you, Chris, have the pleasure of meeting you for the first time. What is your relation to Chad, and how did you guys meet and become?
That is an excellent question.
That's the one, right? Okay, thank you, Chris.
So,
thank you.
Like 60 minutes to hard-hitting journalism.
Yeah. So the short story is him sending me a DM, slid into my DMs, turned into him becoming my best friend. Well, now Brent can tell the long. I
don't even know what that is, so you got to start and explain.
DM is a direct message into your Instagram.
So a text.
It's kind of like a text.
You want to hear from girls in your DMs.
Got it. All right.
whatever.
Well, I have no girls in my
Yeah.
DMs because I don't think I have a DM, but let's go
Well,
on.
you have the podcast DMs, but there's no girls.
Is
in it.
anybody saying anything good about me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, I
dude,
have no DMs. Come on. Let's go on, Brent.
Let me say, people
No.
were sending messages congratulating you on Saturday. 100%.
That makes me feel good.
That was
Brent,
awesome.
come on. What is it? Lay it out.
What a day for Haas Factory, by the way. So what am I doing on this podcast? I love it. You guys are fun. It's funny. I love NASCAR. I have a lot of time. So like when I'm out walking, like, I'll listen to Checker, so, but why am I on it? Chad's a good, one of my best friends. And I believe we're having this conversation with his wife, and she actually had a funny line. Chad's a dreamer. Like he'll go after anything.
Yes.
And I've known him, and I've seen stuff work and I've seen stuff not work, but he keeps throwing stuff against the wall.
Yep.
And he refuses to go at it 50%, as you guys know, because you both have perfect camera and mic setups and backgrounds.
Well done.
Truly, anybody who is going for something, I don't care what the following is or how big it is or whatever. I got a ton of respect for. And so the fact that he happens to be one of my best friends and he's doing this, it's an easy yes. And that's a long way of saying that. And I think it's going to grow into something. So when you guys get big and you're making millions and I'm having to beg to get on the show, I'm going to remind you that I was in on the ground floor.
I'm an old man, not in this man's lifetime, but thank you for that. Go ahead.
Around 2018, I was kind of new into trying to do country music. And I had the opportunity to go play an acoustic show in Chicago. There's a place downtown, a country bar. I kind of knew the owner. He was a friend of a friend. And we were able to book it. I was really excited. And I got on the website and I said, just kind of looking at who else has been on that stage. And one of the most recent guys was a guy named Chad Bearden. So I checked out the streaming, and he has a song called Damn Good Town. And I played the song one time. I was like, this is one of the best country songs I've ever heard. Even today, I listen to Damn Good Town all the time. And so I think at that point I reached out to him. Or no, I tagged him maybe because I put the song up on my Instagram stories. Again, Rick, you wouldn't understand how that works.
It's okay. It's all right.
I tagged him, and he reached out. Well, I don't know. Somehow we connected. And then next thing you know, we became really good friends. And he let me use his farm to shoot my first, and his production guy to shoot my first music video during the pandemic. Wow. Yeah. We started I started opening for him. He gives me his bands, and I play the first hour of his show. And so, yeah, that's kind of the way I remember it, Chad.
That's killer.
That's solid right there.
We went from
love that.
We went from messaging back and forth on Instagram about music to it's almost like a dating story for real.
Yes.
Here's my phone number. Do we would talk and FaceTime? And then I ended up booking a couple shows in Nashville, and he and his guitar player from New York flew down to Nashville, played some shows with me down there. We ended up, we did some shows we did this little country music and college football thing where we were playing wherever the CBS game of the week was. We were kicking the weekend off. So we did one in Columbia, South Carolina for the Alabama, South Carolina games. We did a few of those. And then we've done a couple of bigger tours where we did 15, 20 cities maybe.
Oh shit.
And
wow.
And Brent came out. So last year we did the tour with Michael Waltrip, and Brent, you did what, 4 or 5 of those? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicago.
And I did it. Yeah. We had 3 nights or 2 nights in Chicago.
But 2022 maybe was probably the biggest one we did.
Chicago, Cleveland, Elkhart, Indiana.
Yeah, we did a
smaller
whole
show in Nashville.
Yeah, we did a big tour that year, which was a whole lot of fun. We had a blast. I actually got Brent to leave his house for more than a day or two. This guy, what I'll tell you is this guy, I've never seen somebody who's ready to get home more than this guy. It doesn't matter what you got going on. I'm like, hey, Just, I mean, for example, so he told you he's on a 5 race stretch of calling ARCA
ARCA,
race.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he is flying to Charlotte every Thursday and flying back out on Saturday or Sunday. I'm like, dude, why don't you just come stay at my house instead of flying back and forth? He's like, no, I miss my house.
If he would find me a
That-
nice wife there, I promise I would. But he's
Oh,
yet to be able
we can get into that if you want to get into that.
Please do, Chad, because
That-
we know.
Listen, this guy, I've tried to set him up with some incredible women, some beautiful women, and he just every one of them shoots him
He-
right down.
He's just got to get back to that 600 square feet. That's what's calling him home.
Good. By the way, I want to go. I get to counter something from Talladega. Remember, Rick, when Chad said that I didn't see him at Talladega. He
Yes.
aired it. Yeah, an early podcast of yours.
Yes.
The reason is I had to do a CBS event on the Friday night. I rolled into Talladega at like 2:30 a.m. I had to be at the track at like 7 a.m. It was my first race of the year with these guys. And then I was flying out like right after, from Atlanta, right after the race. And so Chad, rightfully so, was like, why on earth did you not let me know you were coming down here? We would have hung out. And so I needed to defend myself. I'm not always the greatest friend, Rick,
But I had a pass already that Rick had got for me that was good for the whole weekend. I could have been there. It
I
didn't
remember.
matter. My farm is 40 minutes from the track, bro.
Bearden Lane.
Like road.
Bearden Lane.
Road, not to be confused.
You
There's
know you're
two.
big time when the road is named after you.
There's two.
But-
He's road, not lane. Got it.
Brent's been there. Brent's
Big difference.
been to my house there.
We did the Insta Girl Next Door music video. at
Yes.
your-
Yes.
With your cousin. Your cousin was the star of the show.
Yes, she was. Abby.
And those that
Abby.
don't know, go check that video out.
Yes.
All right.
So let's talk about the music thing a little bit now that we're jumping
Yeah.
off into that. So you've come out with B numerous times over the years now, but you also have several standing gigs that you play in New York still.
Yeah, I played for years at the Wayland. It's kind of a dive bar on the west side, over actually by the CBS studio, believe it or not, in the middle of New York City. Played there for years. They kind of cut their live music back about a year ago. So, but there's a new place in Murray Hill, which is a poppin' area. It's called Common Country, and I played, I think 5 or 6 shows there about once a month this year. So, I've gotten a little busier with the NASCAR and stuff here last couple of months, but yeah, believe it or not, there's a bit of a country music scene in New York City. Also plays in Brooklyn. Last September, I hopped up and sang a few songs with their house band called Desert Five Spot. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun, trying to stay sharp with it and keep my, toe dipped in the water a little bit. And yeah, that's kind of my story there. Been trying to get Chad. The other place is Hill Country Barbecue. Been trying to get Chad up here to play couple of gigs with me, so we still got to get that done.
So when you do that, that's acoustic shows or band or backed by a band?
Generally acoustic shows, like me and one other guy. Yep. So, play 3 or 4 hours, play covers mostly. Try to mix in some of my own original stuff. But the cool part is New York, like country music in New York City is definitely, it's a thing. It's a real thing now. Like you'd have to see it to believe it, but it's gotten really good.
Melting
By the
pot.
way, the last couple of weekends, I've been staying downtown. So late at night, after Chad goes to bed, I go out to
At 8:30 in an episode at 8:30 after an episode of Golden Girls. But go ahead.
exactly. That's it. There's a place called The Rose and the Nikki O's Rodeo, and they're the same ownership, and they're really close, and it's in the South End, which I'm way too old to be at. But dang, like. Live music Saturday night till like midnight, 1 a.m. at Nikki O's Rodeo. I was telling Chad, if he books us a gig at one of those two places, I will definitely come down to Charlotte.
Well, I'm playing a gig this Friday. You're in town. Chris is coming. So after you're done, you come hang out with us. We'll get
Where's
you
the
up to
gig?
sing. It's in Mooresville.
Mooresville.
Yeah.
Where at?
Hold on, let me look where Lindsay told me.
I might just have to do that. Although
She actually just texted me. It's a brand new brewery. It's called Boondogglers.
Boondogglers. Wow. Okay. Might
Um,
have to check that out.
yeah, Chris Justice is coming. He's going to be there. His wife's
I'm
out of
coming.
town, so
I'm gonna go support. I'm
yeah,
supporting them.
we're going to
Yeah,
have some
that's
fun.
awesome.
You know, we're
Um,
racing this weekend in Watkins Glen. You're aware of that.
yeah,
Who
yeah.
cares? I'm
This
off.
is Friday night. You won't know. It's not
In the
like you're
middle.
gonna. It's not like you're gonna be watching the truck race.
Oh, that was a good one.
No, Connor Zillage is racing in the truck race.
I'm aware. Stay away from my homer. Leave him alone.
Anyways, but you do have a ton of original music out on all the streaming platforms, right?
Yeah, I get Instagirl Next Door is probably the biggest one. I mean, nothing's really hit, but coming back, Six String, Her Blue Eyes, October. I did a cover of Mr. Brightside. I slowed it down, turned it into a country song. The lyrics are actually very sad, believe it or not.
I love when you do that live.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, yeah, those are kind of my main.
It's cool.
Yeah,
And you two guys should go check out Instagirl Next Door. Rick,
I just wrote it down.
You probably
I
won't
am.
get
When
you
we're
probably
over,
won't get all the
I'ma play it.
references because it's a lot about Instagram, but it's hilarious. It's really good. It's really catchy.
We're gonna
gotta
check
watch
it
the
out.
music video because his cousin is the star.
Well, Brent's the star, but she was in it, and it was nice of him to let her be in it. Let's talk ARCA for a minute because ARCA's been pretty interesting lately. Had some incredible drivers come at it. Speaking of Connor Zillage, who just came out of ARCA last year, some great drivers coming out of that pop line. We got Butterbean McQueen right now, who's really dominating. Who are some of those guys that people should be on the lookout for coming up into the national series?
Yeah, Butterbean Queen in the 28, leading the points. He's won 5 times, won last week again. Brent Cruz in the 18. I mean, he's kind of the next iteration of great drivers that have driven that Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, following Swalich. Swalich still obviously has driven a couple of races in the 18 this year. Another guy that drives the 18 is Max Reeves. He won at Elko. He's a star. Actually, Bobby Labonte is one of his people, like his racing coach, driving coach. So he's another guy to watch. I mean, I really like Isabella Robusto. He's had a really nice season in the 55 for Venturini. Yeah. So I think those are some of the top names for me. I mean, Lawless Allen has had a nice year. LeVar Scott, so consistent, top 5 almost every week in the 6 car. 2 weeks ago, we had 6 females, which is really cool. Lainey Bice is an up and coming star in my opinion. The ARCA series is cool though because you got the older guys too that I wouldn't call them weekend warriors because it's very serious stuff. But the cool part about ARCA is, there are a lot of guys that have a normal job during the week. You can be 60 years old and racing on the weekends. So, Jason Kitzmiller and his son, Isaac Kitzmiller, have raced against each other. And Isaac actually leads the ARCA East Series points. That's been a fun story the last 3 weeks watching those guys. And Isaac has a lot of talent, and he's only, I believe, 16. So yeah, those are kind of the main names that I've had my eye on over the last several weeks.
I like it. Is there a sport that you have not called or not broadcast that you would want to broadcast?
Wow. I did sideline a lot and some college ball, but I would love to do a season of Major League Baseball.
Okay. I like
used to
it.
do sideline for the Cardinals, Pirates, but it's different than being in the booth, obviously. So I think that would be cool, is to do a season of Major League Baseball. I'd love to do the Chicago Cubs or the New York Yankees, something like that, or the Boston Red Sox. But that's actually a great question. I know early on in my career, someone was trying to hire me. I was a freelancer at the time to do water polo. And they said, can you do water polo? And I said, no, I wouldn't be comfortable. I've never done it. And I told a producer friend of mine, he's a little older, a little more seasoned than me. And he said, don't ever do that again. Say yes to everything. If they ask, can you do it? Have you done it? Yes.
Yes.
And learn it and go do it. And I learned early on. And so it's been since then that I did all the other stuff that Chad talked about. And it was because I learned that hard lesson that time that I should have 1000% said yes to water polo and gone and made a paycheck and made myself even, the more you can do, like anything.
Yeah.
So
Right, make you more versatile.
yeah, that's one of my things that's always stuck with me.
You definitely
So-
would have figured it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So at this point in your career, what would be your dream gig?
Man, I'm close to getting to do it with CBS Sports. Obviously, I get opportunities on CBS broadcasts from time to time. I was on during Selection Sunday between the Big Ten Championship and the Selection Show. I've had some cool opportunities there. So I'm really close. Like if this is what I did forever, this is pretty much a dream. But I would love to host like the NFL Today on CBS. That's been my dream since I was a little kid. And Brent Musburger, we had the same first name, and I was a little kid, late '80s when he was hosting that show. And ever since then, that's always kind of been my dream job is to host the NFL Today. I don't know if I'll ever get that opportunity. But that would probably be it.
I like it.
Yeah, that would be a sweet gig.
Yeah.
Guys, anything else you want to ask?
Man, he summed it up. What a great career, outstanding interview on our podcast, and once again, we appreciate you. It's been fascinating to learn the background and how some of the things overlap, and the things you learned as a young Brent transferring over now to a seasoned Brent, and the moves you're making.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. And man, I love what you guys are doing. I think it's cool. And just over the last kind of the way that it's growing and picking up a following and doing the interview podcast as well as the podcast every week where you react to racing, and it's fun, it's entertaining, it's informative, and I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's a really cool thing.
Man,
Chad,
we
can I get
appreciate
one
it.
more in under the
Yep.
wire?
100%.
Just one more. I have so many for him, but for all the rest of the questions, Brent, we'll just I'll come up to New York City. We'll run, a couple 3-mile segments 3 times a day, and by the time those 9 miles are done, I'll have all my questions answered. So thank you.
There we go. Appreciate it.
So CBS college football coming up. You got a Demon Deacon, an Ohio State Buckeye. Don't shake your head back there, Bearden. Leave me alone. You said I could have a question. He interrupted me. I'm sorry. Okay, let me retrench. You got a Demon Deacon. You got a Bama Crimson Tide. You got an Ohio State Buckeye. By the way, we're the defending national champions. Just slip that in there real quick. You're a Wildcat. What do you got for us? Do you have another team that pulls at your heartstrings at all? I know your job being a professional with that amazing career, you got to be unbiased, but now it's just us kicking it right here. Is there another team that pulls at your heartstrings? And give me a top 3 for 2025 season upon us.
Top 3 teams for 2025, like the best 3
It doesn't
teams.
mean coming out the gate. It means you at the end of the season. What do you got?
At the end of the season. Tough to bet against Ohio State again.
Come on.
I know I hate it.
That just gave me a shiver.
I hate doing it. I hate doing it to you guys because now you got to wear it.
All right, that's one.
All right.
It's kind of the old reliables, right? Like I hate
It is.
Okay. It's to me, it's Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama until further notice. Texas, I would put 4th right now because I got to see Arch Manning first.
I would agree to that. Look, those teams always come prepared year in and year out, and yeah, they get all the pub, they get all the haters, and they get all the right. Like I just said, come on, man, right? When you said Ohio State first, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, their depth chart is deep, and sports guys love it. Sports guys know it, and you have to respect it, right? Like I mean, when I was playing, we played Florida State, and the great late Bobby Bowden said, "It's your job to stop us," right? Like, so with that respect, like Ohio State, you got to stop them. You got to beat them for them to come off the pedestal. So until that happens, they're going to run the table.
The worst part is last year, Kansas State let Will Howard go because we had Avery
Correct.
Johnson coming up.
Right.
And Will Howard, two seasons previous, we won a Big 12 championship.
You did.
And so all year, and I work the two of the analysts that I work with are Beanie Wells and Cardale Jones. Cardale won a national title. Beanie was 6th all-time leading rusher.
Yep.
And all year I was giving those guys crap saying, hey, we gave you our backup quarterback, you know? And then they got the last laugh, clearly. But yeah, the team that tugs at my heartstrings, Kansas State's got to be. But
Yeah.
we show all the Army-Navy home games as well as the Army-Navy game every year. And so I am passionate about Army football and Navy football.
That's cool. And that game's amazing. I've been to 3 of them.
Have you really?
Yeah, it's unlike anything else.
Awesome.
Yeah. The one in Philly, I think we were when it had a lot of the snow, and then it bounced to the Meadowlands, right? And I think that
Yep.
amazing.
DC last year. Yeah, we take our set out there, like a game day type thing, every year. So it's probably my favorite day of the year is Army Navy. So that one does win or lose, whatever. You know, that's that one for obvious reasons.
I think a lot of college football fans, to your point, don't realize and understand that should be a bucket list item for them, regardless of what team they root for. That one's a life changer as a sports fan. I'll tell you that.
Listen, as a sports guy, as a guy who played at Army and a guy who played at Navy, it is phenomenal to play those teams.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yes, it's like it's on my bucket list to go to an Army-Navy game to watch those guys play each other. But playing in West Point and playing in Annapolis is outstanding. Like it's one of those lifelong memories that you'll never forget.
I'm just throwing this out here. Last time I checked, that game is in December. I see 3 guys on here that are alleviated from their NASCAR podcast and their NASCAR racing thing. And I see a man over there, Brent Stover, who's going to be center point that weekend. Boy, that'd be a fun thing for 4 dudes to do.
Oh,
wouldn't be
now
bad.
you're talking.
It wouldn't be bad.
Chad, you're the dreamer. You're the dreamer in this bunch. Dream that, and let's stay on that as a takeaway.
Ricky, you're the one with all the Delta points.
No, they're American Airlines, but I'll give them to you anyway.
I've got a few American Airlines points. I can contribute a little bit.
No problem.
But by the way, I didn't finish on that with his wife. We were having this great conversation. I was like, Chad's a dreamer. I love that so much about him. And she goes, so do I. But the dreams don't always pay the bills. And isn't that the truth? Like, and she was having fun with him, obviously. But anyway, I thought that was a good line from her. She's awesome, and I just love how supportive she is of everything that he's done. And
lets him be him.
Yeah,
I'm very fortunate for sure.
Yep, you gotta have a woman that supports it, that believes in it. So, where is Army Navy this year? I'm trying to Google it right now.
I have not even looked. I don't know where.
I should know since I'll be there.
You mean since we'll be there?
Since we'll be there.
Oh, there's the dreamer.
That's my dreamer. That's my bearded dreamer.
M&T Bank Stadium. So I guess that would be Baltimore.
Baltimore, isn't it?
Oh wow.
Home of the Ravens.
Hey, we can go stay with old Larry Sells. He'll let us go.
Better book us a gig.
Oh, they'll do it. He's already called me want to do one.
Look at the dreamer. Look at this, Chris. Look at it getting put together
the
right in
wheels
front
are
of our
turning
eyes.
already.
All I got to do is give you all some American points, and we got this.
Brent, thanks so much for coming on doing
Hell
this.
yeah.
It's I knew it was going to be fun. Anytime
great.
I'm with you, it's fun. You're hanging out with me and Chris on Friday after you're done working. We're getting you up to play some songs.
The problem is my flight. Exactly what you said. Because the race is at 2, I booked a flight.
Change the flight.
Back to that 600 square. Pulls on those heartstrings.
Well, listen, last weekend he made plans 2 weekends ago, made plans with me, said, let's rain check to next weekend. Last weekend, he makes plans with me, texts me, says, hey, I got to go meet a girl.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Rain check, which valid. If you're canceling to go meet a girl, it's fair.
It didn't turn
Anyways.
out right, but that's all right. You live and learn, Chet.
Brent, thanks for doing this. We
Thank
appreciate
you guys for having me. Keep up the
Yeah.
great work. This is a
Thank
lot
you.
of fun.
We really
you.
appreciate your time and hospitality to
For sure.
sit down with us, man. And
It's killer.
it was enjoyable, man. I learned a lot.
I did too.
Me too.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
So I went wide open, hoping for a little taste of